If you found a Toyota Supra that happened to be a time machine and you set the dial to 1993, this would have been the toy every kid wanted, the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Ultrazord. Because of manufacturing, demand, and the show's popularity, almost no one at the time was able to get one. I wasn't able to get one, but I got one now, so let's talk about it. 3 Zords, 7 machines, 1 build. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, Bandai, 1993. The Dino Megazord, the Dragonzord with Green Ranger, and Titanus the Carrierzord. Oh, took me 33 years to get this. By the end of this video, every single piece on this table will lock into one machine. And along the way, I will show you all the parts in the system, the history, the lore, the things the show never had time to show you, how these fit together, Part 1 of the build, the one that started everything. The Dino Megazord, sold in the fall of 1993 under the box name Deluxe Megazord. 5 Zords in 1 box, plus Power Sword, plus 2 cannons. This is the first Megazord in the entire franchise. And Bandai America sold it as one complete set. Individually, these are simple machines. The Triceratops rolls on wheels, the saber-toothed tiger actually, has legs that articulate and fangs that move, but the T-Rex is the spine of everything. Let's build it. Megazord Battle Mode, the sequence you watched every Saturday morning, and the toy does it move for move. You can transform this thing with no instructions because the show is the instructions. Japan got a chrome sword with a pointed tip. The first American version, like this one, has the chrome sword with the rounded tip, and later American runs went gray sword. So just keep that in mind if you're a collector. And stickers change too, depending on what country you're in. Where this story starts is not on a toy aisle. It starts with a toy aisle that was empty. The Los Angeles Times runs a story about this exact box of characters. Their comparison was the Cabbage Patch craze of 1984, which was wild. And then they said that the demand was even harder to keep up with for these Zords. Here's the timeline. Show debuts on Fox in August. Toy starts to ship August to September. The show is the #1 kids program in America, and demand goes hockey stick vertical. Bandai America was a small player in the States back then. They produced 600,000 figures for launch, which sounds like a lot, but wasn't huge. Gone immediately. So the factories went into 24-hour production, and products started getting shipped by air across Pacific, air freight for toys, because boats were too slow for what was happening back in those days. There was no Amazon Prime. All right, air shipping was not like it is today. Target said shelves cleared as fast as they stocked them. Toys R Us manager said cases sold out of shipping boxes before they ever touched the shelf. And 1 year later, the New York Times covered the second annual Power Rangers shortage. 11 additional factories by then, 10 times the product shipped, still selling out. That is not a fad. That is a phenomenon with supply chain sprinting behind it. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers was so popular that it changed the way that a lot of big box stores promoted and sold toys. They started making almost more like huge presentation displays, events for them. It really changed a lot of marketing in the toy era. So if you didn't get a Zord in 1993, here's the good news. It was probably not about your parents trying. It was probably that half the country was hunting for the exact same toys and only a few got them, which is what makes this complete first season of Zords such a grail piece for me. There are pivotal toys across all of history that have that trifecta of demand, quality of toy, and just being cool.
There's a step that almost everybody skips: tank mode. In Japan, they called it the Dino Tanker. The American box calls it attack tank mode. Saber-toothed tiger, Triceratops, go onto his legs. With the Mastodon, you don't show hands, you keep the feet, because at the bottom of the feet, you can stick the cannons. Remember this mode, because it comes back in a big way later. Titanus has a harness and a tow rein in his box, and this is one of the 6 official combinations. And when it's time to fight, tank mode turns into Dino Megazord quite easily. You just stand him up, adjust a couple of the things.
The reason these could fly is because they stood on the shoulders of one other toy that happened 9 years earlier that was also 5 lions. Before I tell you the story of the rest of these Zords, I have to tell you the story of this guy. Voltron, Defender of the Universe. This is the 1984 version for Matchbox called Voltron 3. 9 years before a single Zord, 5 robot lions taught kids across America what a combining robot even was. Top of the syndication charts for kids TV in the mid-80s. These two come from the same house. Voltron started its life in Japan as Beast King Brachion. 1981, an animated series from Toei, the exact same studio that later made Zyranger, the show Power Rangers is built from. The toy lineage runs even deeper. The lion toys came from Poppy, Bandai's own toy division in the same Chigoyan die-cast family. When Voltron hit America TV, Matchbox imported those same Bandai molds, and the studio that designed the Zords, Plex, grew directly out of Poppy, the company behind Go Lion Toy. Same design family too. And you can see it, all right? Megazords, look at these things. This is definitely similar. The lion formula spoken in a dinosaur format. The show side connects too. Voltron's creator, Peter Keefe, is formally credited with opening the American door for Japanese shows, and Power Rangers is named among the shows that walked through it. Even the core trick, an American company reworking toy footage into a brand new series, is the exact play Saban ran with Zyranger in 1993. Voltron ran so the Dino Megazord could fly. And then the question every kid in 1994 asked, what does the coolest Power Ranger get to drive? Zord 2, Dragonzord with Green Ranger. The figure was ahead of its time, alright? So it was ball-jointed neck, ball-jointed shoulders and hips, hinged elbows, knees, wrists, even the knuckles. In 1993, most action figures weren't doing that type of articulation, and Bandai bragged about doing 22 levels of articulation, which is almost feeling modern day. He's got a gold dragon shield that snaps over his chest, and under it, power coin right into the figure, which I think is really cool. Now, the Zord. In Japan, it's called Dragon Caesar, and here in the Bandai America kept the electronics, chest plate, it takes batteries. The tail, the box literally names it the Power Laser Drill, spelled Lazer, which is like the most 1993 spelling possible. And the drill tip on the end spins. The dragon's chest piece and tail combine into the drill staff. His head pops down, and then there's a second robot face hiding inside the head. And that's because the Dragonzord makes several other characters. Dragonzord Battle Mode. Oh, this is like one of the coolest weapons you've got in this one. I like this form. And the things to know is like this headpiece is down for this one, up for the other. It's these little things when you build these Zords, it's like the little nuances, right? Oh wait, these need to go up. Or you go the other way completely and you take the Dragonzord, open it up, and it settles over the full Megazord like armor. And then you have Mega Dragonzord. This is also the one that drives the Titanus. Pretty epic right now. 2 Zords down, and now we're on the 3rd Zord, and this is the one most people did not have. And to me, it's like by far sort of the piece de resistance of the entire set. Titanus the Carrierzord. Largest Zord in the line. It's massive, alright? It takes up this whole table. Brachiosaurus, and in Japan he carries an even wilder, grander name. Beast Knight God King Brachion. Now, of these 3, Titanus is the one Bandai built with a motor. Batteries and all. C batteries, which is super weird, but hey, that's part of it. And he drives himself forward, front legs swinging as he goes. 1993. No screen, no apps, just batteries and gears and plastic. Bandai documented 6 display combinations for this one Zord. The Dino Ultrazord, Megazord wearing the Titanus chest armor, Battle Mode Dragonzord fighting alongside, Dragonzord riding on top, Titanus towing the tank. Even just escorting the lone Tyrannosaurus, he's not an accessory, he's a platform for the entire line. Now, if you're hunting a vintage Titanus, here's what you're going to want to look for something complete. The chain, both claws, harness, rein, make sure it works, battery cover's huge. I need to tell you the lore of the Titanus because it's a good one. Episode 26, Zordon sends Jason and Tommy up the mountain to retrieve new gear for the team. And the guardian on that mountain, blasting fireballs at the 2 Power Rangers is Titanus. It was a test, and they passed. And Zordon introduced Titanus as an old friend. Titanus is implied to be a thinking machine, same as Dragonzord. The finale is where the Ultrazord becomes legend. Doomsday, the 2-parter. Goldar pilots Cyclopsis, a machine so strong that it shrugs every formation off of the Rangers that can throw at it. Then Alpha finds a flaw. Cyclopsis has to recalibrate every time the Rangers change formation. So they change fast. Zords, Megazord, Dragonzord Battle Mode, Ultrazord, and the machine locks up mid-battle and it screams, "Overload!" The Dino Ultrazord. 7 machines combined. It's so cool. It has got everything to it. The Dino Ultrazord right here. The kid in me is just, take it. This is just so cool. The Ultrazord was saved for moments when nothing else would work, right? This was like the Hail Mary. This is the 3 Zords of the first season of Power Rangers. And Bandai has been chasing the build ever since. The Legacy line in the 2010s brought back diecast. Soul of Shogun completed its museum-grade trio in 2019. Super Mini Ply shrank the whole line to death scale. Hasbro's Premium Zord Ascension project has its Megazord and Dragonzord out in the world. The collectors are watching for the carrier to complete the set. From parts sold in one single year, this is the one. The year 1993. This was sort of my sweet spot of childhood. Oh, 33 years later, it still works. Everything connects. This can even pull the Megazord tank behind him. This is like my childhood right here, people. Toys are like time machines, and this takes me back right to being, I always wanted this, and now I finally got it. I got it as a grown-up. It is a really cool collectible, a great toy, a great timepiece. Young middle school, watching Power Rangers, just really enjoying what was going on. I was not given these as a kid. Now I'm really glad I have them, and they're cool. They sit on the shelf. They all work. Very happy with them. So cool.